What's up, guys? Ryan Elwood. Today, I wanted to come to you guys from the office with a quick video on this idea of deciding which of the big three markets your offer is in. Because if you are a coach or an expert who is struggling along to get clients on a consistent basis, or you feel like you're putting your heart and everything you have into your content and your offers, and you're trying to promote your program, yet nobody's buying it, then this is going to be why that's happening. This was something that happened to me many times. I would just come up with coaching programs that were going to help people overcome like their mindset or their limiting beliefs or whatever, or I would at least pitch it that way and get zero clients. And it wasn't really until I started to read some of Russell Brunson's content and I started to learn about the concept of the big three markets. Okay, so there are three big markets that a lot of the sales happen in for education and consulting. It's either people wanting to make more money, people wanting to improve their relationships, like find their soulmate, is a big one, or people wanting to improve their health. Like those are the things that people really open their wallets and spend money on. And today, I'm going to talk to you about, if you're not doing that already, then identifying which of the markets your offer is in, and then coming to terms with the idea of talking about your offer in such a way that gives them that result. And if you're already like pumping the brakes on this and being like, I don't want to coach people around money or relationships or health or whatever, then just hear me out, because I totally understand where you're coming from. And I've had this conversation with many people that either did or did not become clients of mine. I know this is a really common challenge that people face when it comes to wanting to brand themselves and wanting to talk about what their program does. Okay. So here's what I want you to know is, like, when somebody is like searching for a problem, like if you think about you in the past, like when you've been online searching for a solution to something, they're usually thinking about it through the lens of one of the big three markets. They're usually online, like saying like, I need to grow my business, I need to make more money. Or they're online looking for, maybe how to find their soulmate, or, have better relationships with people, make more friends, connect with people. Or lastly, they're usually online looking for something to help them with their health. Now, that could be mental or physical health, so we'll put those in the category of health. But that is what people want more than anything. Now, you might know, since you're the smart coach, you might know that there's a bunch of inner work that's required to get more money, or to attract that ideal partner into your life, or to like stop binge eating and overcome that stuff and get healthy. You know that they don't just need a 28-day meal plan, or, you know, to go and talk to 100 people and find their soulmate. Maybe that is part of what you would do. But like, it's funny. I was actually I was building some ads for YouTube yesterday, and I was looking at keywords that people search. And they search for things like how to make money online, how to make money fast, how to make money in 24 hours. And I'm like, I can already tell you, like, anyone who's searching for that is not in the right mindset to really make the money, right? Like, if you're just online desperately just looking for anything that will make you money, like, that's not what people need, right? And the results that they get when you search for something like that, that's that BS that's probably not really going to help them. They need to do some more inner work, some soul searching, find out what they would really love, and slow down and make something real, right? But they're thinking like, I need to make money. They're not saying I need to like identify my passions and, and all that type of stuff or whatever. Or I need to like improve my mindset so I have the courage to, you know, to go after my dream, follow my dreams. Like that's not actually what they really think they need. They just think my bank account's dwindling, I need money. Okay. And so if you think about what if your program currently does for people, you know, and I talk to a lot of people who have these offers that are very just like vague, and it's like I help to empower people to, you know, stop resisting and you know, whatever, their fears fall away, and they use language like that. And it like loses me completely. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what does this do for anybody? Why does someone want this? Right? So if that's you, there's nothing wrong with you, but I'm just gonna like challenge you to do this little exercise and think about it. Okay, so once my client's inner resistance falls away and they step into their true power and all the stuff that you're currently saying that your program does, once they do that, then blank, then what? Like, what does that give them? It's the result of your program then allows them to do what? Does it allow them to then go make more money? Does it allow them to then go find their soulmate or then go out and take better care of their health, you know? And, you know, or have like a more inner sense of like peace. You know, what is it that your program does for people on the like tangible surface level layer of life that is like either their health, their wealth, or their relationships? That's what I want you to think about. Because if you are open to the idea of talking about your program in that language, then people will have a much easier time opening up their wallet to give you money, because they will be able to see that if I give this person money, I get back even more money. If I give this person money, my health will be transformed. If I get to give this person money, the relationships in my life will tangibly be improved, or I'll find my soulmate or whatever, right? That's what people really want. They don't want a program that's gonna, you know, they're not looking, they're looking for the soulmate. They're not looking for like some program that is like gonna help them do that dirty, like inner work to grow as a person or whatever. Even though that's what they need and that's what your program does, the way you talk about it, about the result, think about it on just talking about the end result of the thing that they want. That was something that when I learned it, it was like a huge epiphany for me, is that there's a difference between the actual curriculum of my program versus the front facing marketing message by which I talk about the program, right? And so and you think about like the programs that sell really well. I mean, what are they saying? They're saying, I will help you get six pack abs. I will help you lose 10 pounds in 10 days. I will help you find your soulmate. I will help you make $10,000 in 30 days, right? It's like, um, it's around that language. And one benefit of the big three and being within one of those is it lends to yourself to being more specific about your offers, which is really important. You know, that's one of the things that we do when I work with clients one-on-one, is we help them craft a really specific and sharp offer that they can then go out and sell. Meaning like you're not just speaking in vague general language. You're saying like, I will help you make an extra $10,000 in the next, you know, 30 days or whatever. That really helps people decide if what you have is what they want or not. And just, you know, if you think about it, have you ever paid money for something when you didn't really know what you were going to get? Right? I would argue if you looked back at everything you bought, obviously, like when you buy something physical, like a product on Amazon, you know what you're going to get, right? But even if you paid for coaching or consulting, I would bet that there was a tangible outcome that you knew you were going to get from the program, and that's why you bought it. And then the times where you decided to say no to somebody's offer, it's probably because you were a little unclear about what it was that you were going to get. So that's a benefit of being in one of the big three markets when you talk about the result, is you're specific. And again, it does not change the curriculum of your program, okay? It doesn't change your ability to impact lives. In fact, if this increases clients, and then you will be able to have a bigger impact on the world. And so, this is one of those lessons that I'd been taught. I remember going to Brendan Burchard's mastermind, and Dean Graziosi was speaking, and he was saying, if you believe in your product enough, you will do whatever it takes to sell it. And, at first, like, that advice came off as a little sleazy, like, we do whatever it takes. But the truth is if there's a way to pitch your product that will sell it twice as successfully as what you're doing now, and if you really believe that people need it, like, it's like if someone had cancer and you had the cure to cancer, you wouldn't be like sheepish about promoting. You'd be like, dude, like, take this pill. You need this. Like, you're gonna die. Well, if you feel really strong about what you have to offer, then you will be more open to this idea of marketing it in a way that has been proven to sell, instead of keeping it very like ethereal language and just kind of vague, and like, I help remove inner blocks and talking about stuff like that. Sure, that's like how you work with people and get the outcome, but removing inner blocks so that they can what? Quit their job and start their passion business. Boom, there you go. That is a tangible, specific outcome. It's within what I would say is the wealth market out of the big three markets, because they're going to need to make money from their passion business, right, to support themselves. Doesn't change your curriculum. It just changes the way you talk about it in your calls to action, the way you talk about it on your sales calls, and that's it. If you run an ad or whatever, if you have a webinar, like, you'd put that in there. And so that has been a big lesson for me, guys. And I hope that some of you will take this to heart. You got to kind of get over yourself and just be willing to do what it takes from smart marketing perspective to get your program into more people's hands. And if you are having confidence issues about your program, like, I don't really feel like it's a 10 out of 10, like, people really need this, then that's when working on your program itself will help. And what that can mean is getting really specific about what you can and can't do for people, and cutting out anything that is not authentic to your skill set. Because that's something I see a lot too, is coaches are trying to overpromise and then they can't really fulfill. So they have this like lack of confidence, like this imposter syndrome. And so then they sort of shy away from like the strong marketing and sales techniques needed to sell the program, because they almost feel a little guilty about selling it. And so it's like in the health world, if like one health problem can lead to another, which leads to another, that's kind of what's going on there with coaches. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys today. And if you want some help with this, if you're a coach who is struggling to make enough money and you're taking action and you've gotten some clients before, but you haven't really been able to consistently bring in enough income to say hit 6 figures a year from your coaching business, then shoot me a DM and let's have a conversation about whether or not working together with me one-on-one would be a good fit for you. When we work together, essentially what we do is we overhaul your entire messaging strategy, so you know exactly who you're serving, exactly what you are doing for them, what the specific outcome is that you deliver in one of the big three markets, making sure that's 100% within your skill set, and helping you develop what I call a unique or an altered angle so that you stand out from your competition and you're not just competing with everybody else. I also work with my clients until they make back the investment that I require in my program. So, there's really zero risk. You're either going to um, make back your money like right away and learn a lot, or the other option is maybe it's going to take a little bit longer, but you're just going to get more time with me to help you grow your business, which usually doesn't take much longer than 10 weeks. That's the length of the program. So, in my opinion, there's very little risk. Anyways, shoot me a DM if you guys are interested. I got to hop off here. I appreciate you tuning in tonight. And let me know if you have any questions about this big three thing, because I know it can be a bit intimidating when you first hear it. Here's your success, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Until then.